Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Labyrinth. We are resuming basically exactly at the last intersection that we passed by, on our way to the throne, as it turns out. Another new zone. And we already know that one of these guys is gonna come alive. Oh, wait. I forgot that they take more than 3 hits though. Also, we might want to keep you alive. Maybe you already shattered a wall here. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it did. So, it might have been lucky that I didn't kill it earlier than I did. This definitely looks like a little boulder is going to come to rest there. We immediately get to a checkpoint here. Definitely convenient. And we just... okay. We stopped here before. Made it exactly this far before turning around. Right in front of a checkpoint. The irony. Although I don't know if we really could have used it at the time. Definitely don't remember exactly what state I was in when I was exploring around here. It's been a little while, to say the least. No, you are still not defeatable by normal means. And you still only drop those compound eyes that can be found much more easily elsewhere. So... ooh, there looks to be something up there, potentially. Oh. Okay. I thought I saw some sort of ledge there. Okay, just kill the thing. Oh, oh no. Is there a ledge below? Or something? Anything? Looks like just a lot of spikes to me, so I don't know what I saw there. Ouch. If anything. In fact, yeah, I think we're done on this side. No, can I mean, kind of? No, I don't know what I saw there. Doesn't actually look like there's anything interesting. Not that we could reach the wall, even if it was looking interesting. So, we'll just look around on this side of things that we haven't explored before. So that makes the most sense. I thought I saw something there. Come on. Nope. This, however, could be something, but it is not. Okay. Ow. Did that perchance bring us close enough to map that out? Not really. Okay, hold on. Yeah, surely that would have done the trick. Wait. We're good. Nothing down there? Oh, wait. There actually is, though. That breaks from below, though. Okay, and all that's in here is just some ore. Is this a useful shortcut? I don't know. Doesn't really look like one, but... it would be far from the first. That seems kind of questionable. So we definitely could break that from below, somehow. There's also maybe something here, although there might not be. Maybe... might want to turn around before climbing further, because that definitely feels like it's gonna ultimately connect to that other unexplored path. Ouch. I don't know what I was trying to do there specifically. Probably should have tried going for the grapple. Definitely would have worked better. Well, it's all fine. We have a checkpoint right here. Right, I was expecting to push down a boulder, but maybe not. Oh yeah. Okay, that would have been a very obvious shortcut. I suppose it is a shortcut, actually, yeah. No, wait, that's unnecessary. Is that there to allow you to dodge out of the way of the boulder creature chasing you? That's probably all it is. Okay, dodging all the projectiles. And it does indeed look like there is not really anything else to do here. That was just a dead end. Yeah. as I thought. That being said, no, that looked like a corridor, but it just happens to be the unmapped area in between the two places I have been to. Maybe we can just ignore that guy? The ground's still shaking, so I don't know if he's still coming. Okay, thank you, shortcut. You were not useless. Okay. It's kind of close. Where do we want to go? Probably over this way, but as usual, we want to be thorough. Or else I'm gonna forever be wondering what I might have missed. Same with this. Secret? No. Interesting little spiky dead end. Okay, sure. Exactly his plan. You can't prove otherwise. And that does indeed connect to this tunnel. Okay. So that's just that. Yeah, that should be everything mapped as far as I can tell, except of course for the path up to the labyrinth. So let's just wrap up both of these areas, presumably. Unless the game randomly throws in one of those walls that we still cannot break. The last kind of obstacle that I'm aware of. That we don't have the means to counter. Almost at 10,000. Alright, I don't know that we've ever had that much money on us at the same time. Oh, there is the bottom of this pit. It's gonna kill me, but you know, wanna put this on the map like so. Okay, and of course, since we have climbed this place twice before? Well, we've gone down and up once. And we're gonna have to make our way all the way up here. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. Okay, we're here after some minor annoyances navigating the D-line as usual. Okay, got another 2 grenades devour kind of situation. And, okay. Clearly some sort of opening in the ceiling that is not willing to reveal its secrets quite yet. Also more of these guys. Okay, and more Balra in general. Which I guess makes sense since we are approaching their territory. Up by the giant tree. Are you guarding some sort of secret passage? No. I think I can see... I mean, that has to be the entrance to this here, which I guess ultimately is going to be a kind of shortcut, maybe? Maybe the D-line is probably not active currently, and if it were... Oh, that's not breakable. That totally looked like it would be breakable from the other side. Never mind. Yeah, if the D-line were active, which it is going to be now, actually. I guess we could probably magnetize to it from below. Although, I mean, maybe. Maybe a double jump is just enough to get to it. So that would serve as a kind of shortcut. Also, yeah, obviously, that's the labyrinth, and that's the palace. We knew that. But before we move over there, of course, we have one last thing to take care of here. How much of a thing it's going to be, we'll see. Maybe not that much. Oh, also this was not the entrance to that section, of course. Wait, I was going to run away. It's definitely gonna run away. It did run away. No. Okay. Yeah. Did not react there at all, basically. Oh, and there's a grapple point. That makes sense. I'm assuming that the thing is gonna return immediately because we didn't actually kill it. It definitely would be very mean if that were not the case. Didn't it? Am I crazy? Didn't it? Oh, okay. Show the correct trajectory. It sure did. And there it did work, and it is back. Okay. That is not what I meant to do. Please eat it. Okay. Well, that's capacitor number 2. We need one more for the next upgrade. The next and possibly final upgrade? I don't know. We're also over 10,000 aura. Nice. Okay, sweet. I mean, I was relatively confident, and I still am, that we probably didn't miss any of those mystery metal enemies. Since, well, the 2 that we found weren't super well hidden. Not, you know, not better hidden than any other rare materials or collectibles. So it's almost certainly just a matter of not having been to the correct place yet. Okay, right, we're very close to opening up the shortcut. And in fact, okay, well, there's an aura deposit. A crumbly platform. There's the door to open. The area is not complete yet. Does it actually want me to break this? There is more. But this place is definitely complete. That was all it was. So what are we missing, since we do not have the medal for this yet? In fact, do we have the medal for this? We do. Ah. Didn't realize when that popped up, but... yeah, actually, I would have been interested. Did it pop up the moment we defeated the metal thingy and collected its loot? Or did it only pop up after we actually used this final exit that we hadn't used and left? Who knows? But the fact that this is not complete obviously means that we missed something. I'm almost certain that these aura deposits would not count. There's no real way to keep track of them, and, you know, it's impossible to know if you missed one. That would seem pretty cruel even for this game's standards. Did we get whatever was in the middle of here? I want to say yes. Fairly certain that we did. That's been a long time ago as well. Obviously defeated that thing. If we're really unlucky, it could be a case where, you know, a place like this, well, probably not this case specifically, but we've obviously seen at least one example of where we were close enough to a bit of terrain to mark it on the map, but not close enough to mark the item that was on it. Because apparently you need to be just a little bit closer to actually make that appear. So it could absolutely be that we're missing an item that is just sitting on some ledge that we have discovered by getting close enough to it. We just haven't actually revealed the item yet. That would be extremely unfortunate. The thing is, I don't really see anywhere else, any other place that we clearly missed. I mean, we've been through all of this. Obviously, we're not missing any items here. We would have definitely been close enough to any items in there. There are no other passages that, you know, no walls that we didn't break or anything. It's probably just something tiny we're missing. Something tiny in a very large area. So, probably just a matter of re-exploring everything at some point. it probably is an actual item and not just a matter of, you know, the map not being explored enough, because it certainly does look explored enough to me. Like, we're not missing anything major at all. In fact, we're not even really missing hardly anything. I mean, yeah, even this wouldn't count. I guess the largest part that's missing is here, where technically there could be a path. I mean, it's not impossible. There is obviously some unused space here. Here we can see that there's just a ceiling. I kind of want to head over here and just confirm or deny that there is something there. It's not around the corner, but it's also not that far away. I suppose I could use that opportunity to defeat another worm down here to get possibly another abomasum, just for good measure. Not sure if we need any more at this point, but, you know. Okay, I don't even know where I left off because so much time has passed. And as you can see, I did not get the medal for Labyrinth of the Giant Tree. I did do whatever I said I was going to do. Oh yeah, I defeated the worm. That is the one thing that went well. I defeated it and got 2 abomasums out of it. So I'm almost certainly good on those at least. So that's the good news. I did check this, yeah, I think I was talking about that. And I did uncover a few more pixels, but that's clearly not it. There's nothing there. I had tried that before. And I actually went ahead and ultimately consulted a map because I just couldn't see anything. And I looked at the map and double-checked, cross-referenced with my own map. And I have all the things. I have all the main items. I went and double-checked every single Sparkling Stone location. I did not double-check every single aura deposit, but for one, I'm almost completely certain that those are not required for completion. And also, I did make sure that I had at least uncovered all the places where they are, so it should not be a matter of, you know, them being inside a little secret passage that I hadn't been to or anything like that. If it's that, I mean, clearly something's still missing because I did not get the medal. I spent probably close to an hour, well, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes, basically backtracking through more than half of the map, and definitely making sure that I'm not once again missing a Sparkling Stone. I did go to every single one of those locations, and the only other main objects are 2 HP canisters, which I obviously got, the one DP capacitor that I got, and 2 journal entries, which I both have. That is Soldier's Log 5 and Thebes Memories 2. So, yep, I don't know what else I'm missing. I guess it has to be some kind of random little side cave with some ore deposit that I somehow did not find, actually. I don't know. I didn't want to keep going with that for now. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point. Or, I don't know. For now, we're gonna do something new. I need to distract myself. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. For some reason I thought we were immediately leaving the area, but we're just leaving the room. Oh, are you new? I think you're new. Oh yeah, you're definitely new. A firefly of sorts. That also drops just the same old compound eyes. Insects will be insects, I suppose. Okay, that is sufficiently explored. Although I might just be a little bit traumatized now, as far as sufficient exploration goes. Come on. Okay, get some random moss on the ceiling, and random little platform here. But really, ultimately, it's just one pretty empty corridor, just a couple random enemies, and that's that. ominously glowing door. So we do have a backside to this place. Clearly. In fact... Oh, we have many. Including this extremely long one. Interesting. I mean, I kind of want to climb this. But on the other hand, I also want to make sure that this isn't just some sort of dead end. It is not. Not at all. In fact, yeah, that's exactly what that looked like. Is it just gonna be some random enemies though? That's the impression I'm getting right now. Okay, these flies are mildly annoying with the lava that they leave on the floor. Also, okay, they eventually explode, but that's hardly a problem. The kind of explosion that doesn't send out some sort of projectile doesn't really worry me. Oh, hey, an item. Take those. Soldier's log 6. Okay. Day 161 since leaving the base. Beyond the labyrinth of giant tree roots was a scorching hot hellscape. Everywhere we look, lava and superheated gas erupt from the ground. In terms of location, we should be directly above the exhaust port of the generator we discovered earlier. We've also come across another enemy facility, but found nobody there. We can assume that it was abandoned after this massive exhaust pipe burst and began leaking molten magma. This would have been a good opportunity to gather intel from their facility, but the intense heat made the prospect far too risky, and we had to give up on the idea. We must leave this area as soon as possible. It was then that we discovered an unknown life form. Overall, it looked like a turtle, but its more salient features were its enormous size, several dozen meters tall. Several dozen meters, yikes. And an apparent ability to survive within magma. I can't expose our ever-dwindling number of soldiers to further harm. We opted to find an escape route to the surface without provoking the creature. I mean, probably a smart idea. Obviously, I'm not going to be that smart. Is that going to be the boss of the area, though? Could be. Sounds pretty impressive. Okay, this just keeps going further toward the center of the zone. Hard to say which path I should prioritize here. A giant pipe's broken, and it's leaking lava. The Cheyenne Gaia's landing caused this? I assume so. There. Haven't seen one of you in a while. And you drop also Elo Dark fragments. I'm pretty sure we have plenty of those. Huh? The laser gets deactivated? Ow. I'm honestly surprised that the laser doesn't just keep going during this little fight, although we were also not locked in there actually, so not really one of the usual combat rooms. Okay, we got rotating lasers, we got a checkpoint. I was thinking of maybe we would just be coming up on this door here, but honestly we're pretty far away from that still. Eventually we're probably going to close that loop though. Oh, nice. Oh, we got... Interesting. I can probably just dash through that laser actually. So it's probably not even all that scary. And then I take one step and I'm inside lava. Not very smart. Okay. You guys all activate. Hello there. Well, this is going to be a bit awkward, but I might be able to get you like that. Wait, I meant to try and eat whatever that might have been left of that enemy, but I don't know, maybe nothing was left. As with those worms, those eels that we encountered a while ago, I'm definitely, ouch, definitely hoping for a less inconvenient place to, ouch, to do any farming on those. Okay, those things not even turn around at all. That seems like a pretty significant design flaw. Okay, also we've entered the giant corridor. Oh, and in fact, this one needs to open from the other side. Huh, interesting. So, well, we did get our checkpoint here. And we never found out what that upper path led to. I mean, that being said, we can always pretty easily return from the very beginning. For now, maybe, since we're here. We'll see what this leads us. To the far side of the area, it looks like. Ooh, yeah. Ah. Right. The projectile shooters. Huh? Okay, let's block. I am aware of my hit points. Don't you worry. There is the symbol of the Almighty in the background there. Actually, multiple times. The Almighty, or I suppose, really, the symbol of Gamp. No visible mechanism for that door. There is one visible for that one, but that doesn't help us very much. Okay, we exit about halfway through. Yeah, just about. You know what? Let's just heal. Yeah, we've definitely entered the well, the territory of HP where we're no longer guaranteed to heal to full. Okay, item needs to be acquired from the other side. That looks like fun, and this looks... never mind. It looked like a combat room, but it was quite the opposite. In fact, surprised I made it to the next save point that quickly. Steel Path of Molten Iron. Steel Path of Molten Iron? Okay, seems a bit redundant. Do we just return to the beginning and check out this path? I guess. Unless it looks like there's a boss fight coming right up or something. Because of course a boss fight would mean a new ability, and new abilities are always nice to get as quickly as possible. Wow, this is just the zone of very long straight corridors. Huh. Okay, we got a couple of paths to go here. Hard to say if any of those would lead to something meaningful anytime soon. They might, or they might not. Can we go up this way? We can. Okay. This leads to the fun-looking place. Well, that might just lead to the item, actually, so... we're gonna check that out. If we can. Ooh, this looks tricky, though. Yeah, you wanna do some very precise little hops. Wish I could see the floor below. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay. Oh, and you make me go through this again, huh? Well, that was not too bad. We got a grapple point below. What is... were we supposed to just get to the other side here? I guess maybe so. Because we could have seen that, so that did not require That's a path that would not have required a blind jump. Oops, okay. I should have grappled. Made it anyway. And we're already at the item, actually. Okay. More health. Always welcome. Absolutely. Don't know why we needed to have 2 doors to open from that side. That seems a bit redundant, but that's okay. Okay, so no boss immediately here. In that case, we are going to transport to the other save point. We do have a lot of money. We could potentially buy a bunch of things. In fact, it doesn't really matter. I think the first thing I want to get out of the way is buying any remaining information. I was going to say that maybe it would be worth doing that right away, just in case any of it pertains to this area we're currently in. But so far the information has absolutely not been necessary. Everything mentioned in the, you know, in those documents is just stuff that I would have found and found out normally through playing. In fact, in some cases I already did by the time I purchased the information, so yeah, clearly not necessary at all. New flowers? Not sure, maybe. Got an inactive rail. I think these flowers might be new, actually. Oh yeah, definitely haven't seen any fire-based ones. But they don't seem to drop anything new, so... Okay, and they attack with a pretty standard projectile attack. Okay, we get some aura on the D-line there that we will need to grab, of course. Is that away? No. Oh, okay. I've seen these before. Not at the top yet, actually. Okay, well, in that case, let's... I don't know. We might find ourselves using this as an exit anyway. But, you know, no big deal. Just collect that real quick. And we'll see if this room itself leads anywhere to another exit. I mean, probably would, I suppose. Okay, that's still inactive, so we got 2 separate rails here. Oh, okay, well, there is an exit. So presumably up here is just going to be the switch. Switch 2, as it were. And just that little bit of extra aura that we of course need. Oh, could it be that I'm missing? No, there's no way I'm missing some aura in that, you know, in that D-line maze part in the middle of the labyrinth of the giant tree. There's no way I would have missed that kind of thing. I refuse to believe that. But on the other hand, it has to be something, so I don't know. I guess it's something I also should double check, because obviously I'm... Oh, hey there. Sparkling stone, number who knows. Yeah, it's... I mean... I can't just leave that be, of course. More slimes. Ooh, this is... I think there's an opening up ahead. I bet Gaia can break through that wall. But it's too narrow for us. Interesting. Yeah, it's one of those. Are we gonna get some sort of projectile? Like, is Gaia gonna be able to fire some sort of mega laser, which will break these kinds of crystalline walls for us? That's my best guess at this point. Ooh, all of this just for this path we can take and this item. It's another HP capacitor. Okay, wow. We've gone far beyond what I thought our HP would look like by the end of the game, and we're not even at the end of the game. So are we... Is the HP bar just gonna go all the way across to the aura gauge? At this point, it looks like it. We're also going to have at least one extra HP capacitor or HP capsule at some point, because there is one that's an... I think... Was it a reward for beating a certain number of bosses in the arena? Oh yeah, the arena. That's also a thing. That's a good place to spend some money. That's true. Okay. Well, for now that's all it is. We're gonna have to climb up this way one more time once we have the upgrade necessary for these kinds of walls, but that's okay. Actually, 36 minutes. Well, since we're gonna teleport away anyway, might as well do that now and go back to the Bosconian village, maybe do some shopping, and maybe also do some arena. Why not? Haven't done that in a while. Should be able to unlock a few things there. Wait, is there... Oh, interesting. Thanatos Valley. Huh. I mean, we're long done with that place. This time I have information about the flowers in Thanatos Valley. Further beyond the elevator I mentioned there is a field of flowers. The reddish-purple flowers illuminated by starlight. It was a truly enchanting sight. But don't be deceived by their beauty. Those reddish-purple flowers release a potent poisonous mist. Considering that all the flowers in the valley are poisonous, exploring there must be impossible. What? The flowers you saw were white? That's strange. When I saw them, they were definitely reddish-purple. Okay. If you say so. I mean, they're white during the day. Do they actually change colors during the night? I thought maybe I would... I probably thought it was just a matter of the lighting being different. If so. Sure. I have some information about a red crystal room. It's located in the lower part of the sky-high tree. It seems you'll need to pass through the Forbidden Lands. Additionally, there are several layers of hard bedrock in the way. Okay, yeah, so that's the Quake upgrade. We got that already, which has prevented anyone from reaching it. But if anyone can do it, maybe you guys can. We already did. Barren Volcano. It seems you'll need to pass through the Forbidden Lands, so we probably did this one as well. It's an area... That area is full of dragonflies, and they make trying to climb there a miserable experience, apparently. But if there were a way to freeze them in place, maybe they could be used as footholds. Wait a second. Oh! Just thinking out loud here. Pay me no mind. Interesting. Wait, so we haven't done this, I guess? Barren Volcano. Yes. Hold on. Wait, that's not the Barren Volcano. Aren't we done with this place? No. Oh, interesting. So we're currently making our way there, I suppose. Maybe that won't be possible until we can break this, unless there is another way around. Because I'm assuming, of course, that the area transition between the furnace and the volcano is right there in that upper path. Where else would it be? Although it seems like there's a little... I mean, looking at the map here, there is a little corridor coming out of the side there. I mean, that still probably lines up with this. Where else would it be? Interesting. So yeah, that's definitely still missing. So we got a crystal room there, because otherwise we haven't found one in here, I don't think. We definitely haven't had to freeze any enemies to climb them. So that sounds interesting. Sounds also like it could be pretty tricky, but... I mean, I'm assuming that that means using that extremely expensive... this ability here. Puck Spark, or whatever it's called. Okay, interesting. Hey. Yeah, I didn't even consider that you might be able to use enemies frozen in that way as a platform. But if that is the case, I don't know, does that... I guess it wouldn't really open up anything else. So that we know about. Because every other situation, so far we've been able to work around with the abilities we have. Let's keep going. It's located between the throne in the Forbidden Lands and the Crystalline Palace, deep within a narrow crevice. Huh. Between the throne and the Crystalline Palace. Though the entrance is narrow, the interior is larger, and said to be swarming with Balra and Zevian soldiers. If only there were a weapon that could automatically intercept nearby enemies. But that's wishful thinking, isn't it? Automatically intercept nearby enemies. Okay, so this one's gonna be the one that upgrades the orbital attack. I'm guessing that's what it refers to. And since we didn't find it on the Crystalline Palace side, and the Crystalline Palace is in fact fully complete, it has to. The entrance has to be in the throne area, just towards the Crystalline Palace, I guess. The throne is also the area that's like in brackets, so I'm guessing that's the hint we're looking for. It's located inside a cave halfway up Thanatos Valley. However, it seems you need to circle around to reach it. I mean, we've definitely been there. You might want to carefully study the map to see how the paths connect. Yeah, well, okay, thanks. It's a pretty generic hint that would, you know, would work for finding anything you're looking for. And the final one is located in the upper levels of the Tombstone of the Fallen Soldiers. Wait, what? Tombstone of the Fallen Soldiers? That's an area, apparently, that I'm pretty sure we haven't been to, so... Is that the one underneath the prison? Maybe. I mean, that would make sense, since we've been following the soldiers' journey, basically, and yes, they made their way from the Labyrinth to the furnace underneath the volcano, and I guess past that area to somewhere we haven't been. Footing is poor near the room, and the area is filled with strange and potentially dangerous creatures as well. If you're going, I think you should do a thorough safety check. Well, that's if you even decide to go in the first place. Okay. I have no more information to sell you. I'll throw in one last tidbit for free, though. For free, you say. Bosconian Archive 4, of course.
And...
Thanks for being such good customers. That's all, huh?
And...
Hello. Okay. Well, I mean, she did actually get a new bit of info about Thanatos Valley once we unlocked that. I just forgot to, or didn't think to check her inventory after we unlocked that. So maybe something new is going to pop up eventually. Bosconian Archive 4. This is already the fourth one. You've got to be quite inquisitive to have stuck with me for so long. Yes. Also, apparently blessed with too much money. This time I'll talk about what we think of the planet's ruler, whom you call Gamp. Since you've stayed with me this far, I'll add in my personal thoughts. Not that it matters, but I'd appreciate it if you read it to the end. If you want to, at least. Yeah, okay, come on, get to the point. It's true that we call Gamp the ruler of this planet, but that doesn't mean we've submitted to him. Of course we don't worship him, either. That goes without saying, really. To us, the ruler of this planet and his vengeful spirits alike are our unforgivable, irreconcilable, mortal enemies. Is it strange for me to be saying something like this? Well, maybe it is, but deep down, we all feel this way. No one ever dares to say it, that's all. Yet at the same time, we've given up. We insist we could never hope to defeat them. 3,000 years ago, we were nearly wiped out, but our ancestors didn't just stand idly by, even if it didn't matter in the end. For a long time, we, the Bosconians, struggled for survival under the watchful eye of this planet's ruler and the threat of the vengeful spirits. We had convinced ourselves that after so long under his thumb, there was nothing left we could do. In other words, our spirits were broken. But then you came from the outside world. You slipped through the hands of the planet's ruler and the vengeful spirits. No, Gamp and the G-hosts. Do you understand? You are the first hope of fighting back after 3,000 years. Honestly, when I first heard of the chief's decision, I thought pulling it off would be impossible. I cursed my fate for having to deal with such troubles in my lifetime, but it's strange, isn't it? Before I knew it, I started thinking, maybe we can actually do this. Is the fact that I can even have faith thanks to you too? Who can say? Well, now that we've come this far, there's no turning back, so we'll just have to do it. All I want is peace, the kind of true peace our ancestors must have longed for. I'd really rather not give some long, stuffy speech about the honor and or glory of whatever of the Bosconian Nevia, so I won't. But just know that we'll do what needs to be done, no matter what. There is no more after this. This is the end of my records. Thank you for reading them all. From your perspective, maybe these stories are just raw data to be analyzed for useful information, but if they helped you understand how we feel even a little, I'm glad I shared them with you. Well, I'm not sure that that last one offered any particularly new insights, but, you know, I appreciate it nonetheless. Now, let's see if we can maybe defeat one more boss. Honestly, this has taken a bit longer than I expected. It was a lot of reading, so... Yay! We can absolutely do this one. I mean, we can unlock him. We need another bit of multi-layered hard leather. I think that's a rare drop from the bear. Interesting. Okay. Don't have the Illidork sheets for Gen Hybrid. And we do not have the Saracen fiber at all. Okay. Well, so it turns out we can only do one. But that is fine. Can we do it in the time limit? That's the other question. I definitely don't particularly remember the strategy to fight this thing, if there was one. Oh yeah, it likes jumping around and covering the arena in these indestructible crystal growths. And just wastes a bunch of time in general. Do we just tank the damage? I don't know, man. It's a lot of damage. This is probably not going to work out. I mean, we might even have the healing, but it's just taking forever. Well, we can't really have that happen, although I still ended up hitting. Right, it does that. We're about to stun it for what it's worth, and it's already down to half health. So I guess that's not terrible. The grenade doesn't really deal a ton of damage. Maybe I would be better off with a sword. Or maybe even the orbitals, honestly. Oh wow, okay. Oh, oh. Right. I was expecting the other attack. Need to heal. It's gonna be... Nope, never mind. I was expecting the other attack again. No, this... I don't know, this felt kind of slow, but then again, I kept basically attacking non-stop. With a little concern for my own safety, so... We'll see. Target time 2 minutes, clear time 141. Wow, this actually might be the one, the victory with the most overhead time-wise. Overhead? Headroom? Either way. We just leave, right? Medal earned. So just, yeah. Don't even bother dodging. Just keep attacking. And... it's usually going to be good, I guess. Until we start having to redo enemies that will actually kill us using that strategy. Of course, there is still the next main story boss between Lord of Gluttony and Gelb Web that we haven't even seen. So we were, based on this order that I hadn't even really thought about before, but based on this list, I guess we were supposed to do... the Crystal Palace first of those new areas of the Forbidden Lands, I suppose. And then not even the Labyrinth next, but I guess the Throne? Which is the area that the Crystal Palace leads directly into, right? So that's interesting. Crystalline Palace Throne. Presumably. So the boss that we haven't seen yet would be the boss of this area then. Maybe Emperor Galaga. And then the Labyrinth with Galb Web. And then... was there even... wait. Is there another... no, then the next one is Gen Hybrid. Obviously not the boss of the smelting furnace. And then the boss of Thanatos Valley. Is this a total of 9? Do we already see them all? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, okay. And based on the fact that 9 medals unlocks the final reward here, I guess there is only going to be a total of 9 refightable bosses. So, really, the only ones we're missing are presumably the throne one? Like I said, we don't know that for sure. It could be the throne. Or the broken smelting furnace, or I guess the, what was it, tombstone of the fallen soldiers, which presumably is going to be here. Maybe these areas are both not going to have a boss of their own, and instead they're just basically 2 different ways to get to the tombstone area, which is going to be the, I don't know, the main area before the very final zone, before we actually face off against Galb in some way. Anyway, that's all speculation. Of course, it doesn't really lead anywhere. Unfortunately, we're still missing some materials. I suppose I'm really only missing one of those hides that I'm pretty sure drop from these bear thingies. Yeah, multi-layered hard leather. So I guess I never got a second one of those. I haven't really defeated this thing. Yeah, I've defeated it a total of 3 times. So, makes sense that I only got one. It's easy enough to get back to, of course, and it's incredibly easy to defeat, of course, as we've also seen. But, of course, it doesn't guarantee that we're also going to get the rare material. I suppose I'm going to try that maybe a couple more times, depending on how much I feel like doing it. So maybe we can do the Galb Web refight and see how that one goes for us. That would at least give us another reward, so it's something. Yeah, and other than that, I guess we're gonna continue exploring the broken smelting furnace some more, since we've completed this upper path here. And this is still blocked off. We would be resuming from here. Probably, maybe climbing up to see if we can find a way into the barren volcano and finish that one off. Maybe. We'll see. Or I might think of something else to do. For the time being, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.